Well, oh, okay. All right. Hey, well, welcome to the Hornet Nation Coaches Show. I'm Brian Reeder, and this is Brian Adams. Carlos is calling a Bearcat basketball game tonight.
He got Bearcat duties.
Yeah, so he couldn't be here for the show this evening, but I am certainly happy to be in for him this morning. Welcome out here to Chick-fil-A, the Hornet Nation Coaches Show, brought to you by Advantage Specialties. And I just want to do a quick thank you to everyone who came out to the blackout game on Halloween night. Those spirit shirts lasted, I think, about 20 minutes. It took me to hand them all out. They were gone quickly in about 20 minutes or so. A lot of people just raving about them. They're just beautiful shirts. Good job, Stephanie. Is that your artwork? Yeah? She'll take all the credit.
Yeah.
And most deserved.
And deserves. Yep.
All right, well, we want to get our evening started off. We have a special guest joining us here at the table, Huntsville football wide receiver coach Brandon Craus. Coach, thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you for being here to kick things off this evening.
Appreciate you having me. I'm looking forward to it.
Well, tell us, sir, what brought you to Huntsville?
I was really fortunate. I've always, played against Huntsville, and we've watched our kids play and the way they get after it. A real close friend of mine, Coach Stewart, came here and joined Coach Moebes' staff. And, if you talk to Coach Stewart, all he talks about is how great Coach Moebes is, what kind of person he is, what kind of coach he is. And so when I had an opportunity to visit with Coach Moebes, it was a no-brainer. I couldn't wait to join his staff. So it was a win-win for me all the way around.
There's something about a culture. You can look at the X's and O's and salary and all the perks, but when you start talking about a culture and you start meeting the people, it gets you excited.
It's all about that.
Yeah.
We always say football, that's just kind of our platform. It's all about people, the kids, the coaches. You spend so much time with them. You want to be around people you love. So,
Well, Coach, what led you to wanting to be a football coach?
Well, I tell everybody, I think I might be on the greatest scholarship known to man. I played baseball at Lemoore University. Got out of as soon as I got out of college, went into coaching. It's all I've ever wanted to do. I don't think I've ever made a dime outside of coaching. So outside of sports, so I started off as a little 5-year-old kid playing, t-ball, and this is where I ended up. And so it's been a great ride.
Well, Coach, who was it that really kind of gave you the inspiration to join the coaching profession?
I tell you, there's been so many along the road. I guess the guy that I really looked up a lot to was a guy by the name of Bruce Webb. Was a real successful coach, coached at Converse Judson. He kind of had a stop at Horton Jefferson, and that's how you never know what kind of influence you're going to make on young people.
Converse Judson in San Antonio.
Yes, sir.
Man,
yes, sir.
Great program.
Great program, and he was a great man, and you could see why he fit right in on their staff too, because everybody that he touched. I think there was a group of 6 of us that were real close with him. All our lives changed because of that man. And so, I wanted to pay it forward the same way he did for me. I was just that, young kid. My parents were divorced. I didn't have much else in sports. And so, he kind of showed me what, being a man looks like. And so I will always be blessed to him. And we still, to this day, talk. And so you're talking about 35 years, into that making. He's come to my games, done all kind of stuff, so I've been blessed.
Man, that is an awesome relationship.
Yes, sir. It's all about that.
Well, your resume includes some head coaching stops along the way, and now you're here in Huntsville as an assistant. What has been that transition like, going from the head coaching spot to really focusing on a position?
Yeah. I think like what you always want to do is you want to be kind of like Coach says, you want to be a great number 2, and so what I want to do is make sure whatever the vision is for Coach Moebes, and then whatever the vision is for Coach Williams, who's our offensive coordinator, and then Coach Tibbs, who's just a brilliant young coach that coaches with me. My job is to make sure whatever that picture is supposed to look like, that all the details are taken care of, and that I make sure I work that picture, and that every day it looks like what they expect it to look like when they draw it up.
Well, you know what? You talked about Coach Tibbs, so let's talk about him a little bit.
Absolutely.
What getting to work with him? Do you guys bounce ideas off each other, or schemes, or just what do you guys do? How do y'all coach together?
Oh yeah, the great thing about it is when you get a lot of great coaches in a staff, everybody can add something to it. I always used to laugh when you'd hear somebody would say this or somebody. But when you got firsthand experience, that's something that changes. And that's something our kids look to him. He played football at Sam Houston, played the receiver position. And so anytime you can go out there and not only coach something, but then show them the actual way it's supposed to look. And I think that just adds so much to it. And so me and him, we'll get together and, we'll talk about certain things that we've done that make things more successful than the others. And we shoot ideas like, we talked about a screen, for example. I told him how we kind of did it and explained why. And he was like, oh, Coach, man, that makes all the difference. And so it just gives you a lot of people who have no other goal in mind but making the kids successful.
What kind of growth have you seen in your wide receiver core from the beginning of the school year to now?
Oh, every day, we're just getting better and better, and I think that's what you want to do. I was real fortunate in my young days. I met a guy by the name of Coach Osborne, who coached at Nebraska.
Oh, yeah.
And he used to say the same thing over and over. It's not how many things you do, it's how many times you do something right. And so I think that's a kind of tribute to our kids. They're kind of doing the same thing every single day. We go out there. We have what we call EDDs, our everyday drills, and we don't get away from that. That's what we say that you got to be able to do to be successful here in Huntsville. And so our kids have just kind of went with that and ran with it and gotten better and better and better. And I'm just amazed at how fast they've really taken what we've taught. Because, one thing you don't understand is when a whole new staff kind of comes into a program, everything you're teaching the kids is new, from offense to wide receiver play to running back play to special teams. And so their heads used to, kind of swim no matter what. And so I think the fact that they've really taken to us and we've made a really good relationship with those kids, and they'll do anything for us and we'll do anything for them. The growth has just come leaps and bounds.
Oh, that's so awesome. And to your point, you're right. Brand new coaching staff to these young kids, it's going to take a little bit of time, a little bit of adjustment, and I think we kind of saw that in the beginning of the season. But now it looks like, man, they have coalesced around you guys, and it is amazing to watch. And we talked about Marcus Lewis a little bit ago before we came on air, and the elders, C.J. Rogers.
Yep.
Talk about those two guys, those two wideouts, and their leadership role on this team.
Well, it's just, it's been amazing. Like Marcus is a guy that I don't know if a lot of people know. He does anything that we kind of ask him to do. He gets in there and he'll run the ball for us. He'll get in the back foot and block for us. Goes out receiver, just does. He is a dominating player. Out on the edge, the way he blocks. Not to mention, like we talked about, I think we kind of mentioned it off air. It was a big change in momentum when he took that jet sweep and went around the corner and went to the house. It kind of,
71 yards to the house.
Absolutely.
Unbelievable.
And I think that loosened up the box. So, Marcus does a lot of good stuff. And, I know you kind of know Marcus. He's kind of one of those kids, too. When something gets real serious and we get, a little bit too, he'll crack a joke and he makes us all laugh in the wide receiver room. And so, he does a real good job of just, playing the role that he's been asked to play, and does a great job. And CJ's doing the same thing. CJ's come in there and kind of solidified that what we call a split-in spot for us. He plays the X receiver, and so he's just done a magnificent job. And those two guys, I think what we always say is we want to lead by example. We want our actions to really define who we are as a person, and both of those young men do that.
And those guys are just absolutely electric. One play is all it takes, any given time.
Yes, sir.
Well, let's talk about the younger wideout. You got KJ Betts, you got Ty Harrison. Talk about their leadership role as youngsters in the wideout core.
Yeah, and I tell you that KJ Betts, man, he got some of the fastest feet you're ever going to see. He does a great job of getting in and out of his routes. And I think, like, when you evaluate receiver play, that's something you're always looking for. Now, you want the top-end speed, but also you want to look and how fast that kid can get in and out of his breaks is a vital thing to our toolbox as a receiver. And so KJ, only being a sophomore, he's got 2 more years of this thing, and so he does a phenomenal job. He kind of plays a split-in for us, too. And then Ty Harrison, one of the better route runners we have. He's real smooth in and out of what he does. And then Landon Fisher kind of gives us that next kind of thing. He can just go. And so anytime, you watch him do something, that ball gets in his hands, it might go to the house, And so those young men do a real good job. And then, Christian Dickey does just an excellent job. Every single day he's in there. We kind of talk about before we start our wide receiver film crew, film work, Dickey always gets up there and tells us a story, man. And so, and so he's something, man. And just to watch all those receivers relate to each other and how we relate to each other is just something really special. And then we got Caden Adolph, who does an excellent job. And what I like about these young men is they want us to be successful, and like just what we want. And that's what we tell them. Our job is not to teach them footballing. It's to teach them using football how to be successful. And all those young men have taken that message and just ran with it. And so we're very proud of them.
Well, you know what, Coach? Being a former quarterback and calling the games from the booth, and I see your wideouts. So one of the things I've observed, which is really kind of top-level stuff, if you think about it, is if Zay gets in trouble and he's scrambling around trying to find somebody open, those wideouts are coming back to him, trying to find an open space and make themselves big.
Yes, sir.
Is that natural? Is that something you guys teach? What is that?
I think you always look for kids that do that naturally, and then you, from there, try to incorporate more and make it more like breathing form. And so I think all of them they do a really good job of what we call working back on our stem and knowing that if the quarterback's coming to me and I'm shallow, I'm going to go deep along the sideline. If I got an intermediate route, I'm going to work back and try to get back in his vision. And so all those kids, anytime something breaks down, Coach Williams is yelling, hey, scramble, scramble, and we're all trying to get to where we need to be so we can kind of be his safety valve in that.
Well, I tell you, you've done an amazing job with this group of receivers, and they're talented, they're fast, and if you have those two ingredients, man, you got a recipe for something very special.
Absolutely.
Coach, last question for you. Family is always important in every aspect of coaching, right? Talk about how impactful your family's been with your coaching journey and your career.
Yeah, it's been, for me, my two daughters, that's one thing that was really strong for me. I wanted them to understand what it was like being a football coach in the state of Texas. And, they seen, kind of my growth as we were kind of doing this thing together. And I wanted them to be there so that they would understand how much time I spend with other people's kids. Because what a lot of people don't realize is if you sign up to be a coach, you spend way more time coaching somebody else's kids than your own kids. I know, for example, both of my daughters played different sports, and it was nothing for me not to be able to be at their game or be at their practice because I had other obligations. And so going through this whole thing, they understood that this is what their father did. This is why I was so passionate about them being successful. And so I think just going through the whole growth of it, I used that part, to help the players that did play for me. We talk about it all the time. Wherever I've been, different stops, if you played football for me, you were always welcome on the sideline. Because, I've been unanimous coach of the year twice. I'd have been nothing without kids that trusted me and believed and that I had nothing but their success in mind. And so I know Coach Moebes is the exact same way. You see all kind of people that have been in his past that come to our games. And I think that's probably the best tell of a great coach is somebody who makes that kind of impact on people. And so we talk about it is family, all of us. My kids, I'll tell you a funny story the other day. So I got granddaughters, and my granddaughter was FaceTiming me after the game. And here come Tibbs. And Tibbs walked, not Tibbs, I'm sorry, Toe came over there, and Toe, man, just like it was nothing. Hey, he was waving to my grandkids, and that's what it's all about, man. You got a group of kids that put that much time into it. And a group of coaches that put that much time into other people's kids. I was just amazed at how comfortable they were, just right there in FaceTime. They're waving and talking, and she's waving back. And so it's that family, is what it's all about.
All right.
It just is.
Coach, we do appreciate you so much.
Absolutely, man. I enjoyed it. Thank y'all.
Coach, thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Our friends here at Chick-fil-A have a gift for you, an appreciation for everything you do for our students. So big hand, ladies and gentlemen, for Coach Brandon Craus.
All right, Coach Craus.
Thank y'all.
Nicely done.
All right.
Appreciate it.
And we've got Coach Boyd coming up here in just a moment, and we will be right back here on the Hornet Nation Coaches Show on KSAM Sports.
Football means it's officially pretzel bun season. Go pretzel picking at Chick-fil-A Huntsville. Enjoy your favorite boneless breasts of chicken on a toasted pretzel bun with cheddar cheese, applewood smoked bacon, lettuce, tomato, and creamy Dijon mustard sauce. Available for a limited time at your Huntsville Chick-fil-A. Delicious! Now the Cherry Berry Bunch is back for fall. Add cherry to your favorite Chick-fil-A beverage made with natural cherry and berry flavors. Football and Chick-fil-A, the perfect combo.
Your brand is your business. Shop local with Advantage Specialties, where you will get service with a personal touch. Hello, I'm Stephanie Pitts, owner and operator of Advantage Specialties. Advantage Specialties offers screen printing and embroidery on site. Let Advantage Specialties get you ready for your next event with cups, apparel, caps, pins, and everything else you could need. Go to AdvantageSpecialties.com or call our team at 936-291-3222 to start that order now. Sting 'em Hornets!
Welcome back to the Hornet Nation Coaches Show. Brian Reeder, Brian Adams in the house tonight here at Chick-fil-A. And a quick reminder, Chick-fil-A Bingo is in the restaurant, so if you want to play, then do we have any winners yet? No, not yet? Okay. Hey, we want to welcome our next guest here to the table, Mance Park Middle School Boys Athletic Coordinator, Willie Boyd. Coach, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Give it up, Coach Boyd.
We'll start with talking about your role at Mance Park and everything that goes into that.
Yes, sir. So I'm the boys coordinator, head football coach. Try to do everything I can for the kids, for the coaches to make life good.
All right.
So, yes, sir.
Coach, congratulations. I understand your 7th grade A team won district.
Yes, sir. A and B.
A and B. That is
A and B.
outstanding.
All right.
Let's give it up for that. A and B both.
Yes, sir.
So how exciting was that for both teams to pull off a district championship?
It was awesome. I mean, we talked about it from the beginning because we knew we had a really good group, and that would be something that was on the table. And, we kept them motivated and kept working and got it done. So the B team had actually lost to Brenham to start the year, and we came back and beat them to finish the season. So it was exciting, for everybody to get to finish with 2 wins and both beat district champs.
That's awesome. And besides the district championship game, the win, and being champions, what else about this season has had a big impression on you?
Just the growth from the kids, constant growth from the kids, from, coming in and learning 5 new coaches and, 8th graders learning totally new schemes, totally new way of doing things around the locker room, weight room,
Kind of
everything.
like what Coach Craus was saying.
Yeah. Everything's new, and getting them to start to buy in to the processes and learning what we're doing, and then seeing results from that as the season went on. So the 8th grade didn't win district. They got 3rd, but improved a whole lot from week 1 to week 8 along the way. Like, we had lost to the team we beat for 3rd, I think 12-6 to start the year, finished off beating them 29-0 or something like that. And just the growth we had across the board was outstanding.
So just to hear you say that, I mean, coming in 3rd is still outstanding job.
Yeah.
Especially coming up like you're talking about through the season and overcoming things and so on and so forth. Talk about your history a little bit. Any of your athletic history, where you came from, just, growing up and how you got here.
Okay, yes, sir. So I grew up a Rockdale Tiger, and that's where my passion for football started, playing there, and got into coaching after a few years of, kind of drug my feet to get into coaching. But once I did, I knew I was doing exactly what I was supposed to be doing. Connected with Coach Moebes in Lockhart and was with him the whole time there. And that's where I, kind of fell in love with the junior high coordinator idea and role, and really bought into doing that. And, that's just what I think I'm supposed to do, and, have a passion for that for sure.
That's awesome.
Was your first job as a coach, was that in Lockhart?
No, I was 1 year up south of Fort Worth at Cleburne.
In Cleburne?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
One year at Smith Middle School in Cleburne, and then I went down to Lockhart.
What led you to taking on this role as the boys athletic coordinator at Mance Park?
There was never a doubt I was going to be with Coach Moebes, whether we were at Lockhart or came here, and wanted to stay with him because of his leadership and the growth I've had from him, and then, to have such a good relationship with your supervisor is, can't replace that at all. And I knew that there was so much potential here to do great things, and so many great things have been done before. It was a great move for me and my family to get to come this direction and be a part of it.
So what is your everyday goal at the middle school with the athletic program?
Well, I mean, my everyday goal is to get the kids to buy into what we're doing. And then the current goal is for them is to do their best every day, and we can't have any days off. So my goal is to get them to believe that and get them to understand how to do that.
Well, let me ask you this then. So when you're talking junior high kids who were maybe for the most part starting football for the first time, maybe not, but how do you get them? What do you do as a coach to get those guys to buy in? What do you do?
It's a challenge every day, especially coming off of the season. I mean, today was kind of our day one of a sort of an off season. You know, we got to ease into it with them because it's all so brand new. But just getting them to understand, like, everything we do from now until next August is going to be what makes us better for next year. You know, and then I've told the kids from the beginning, you know, the second the games ended with the 7th graders, okay, suddenly everything Brenham does, everything Navasota does is talking about you. Like, you're the goal. Like, they want to beat Mance Park. They want to beat Huntsville now because you just beat everybody.
Right.
So every time they're breaking it out in the weight room, every time they're motivating their kids, it's to beat us. So next year's not going to be the same way. I mean, we're going to have to battle the whole time because everybody's going to be you're everybody's Super Bowl.
Right. So who are some of the kids? So Carlos is not here tonight, the voice of the Hornets. He is doing the Sam Houston basketball game. But who are some of the names he and I can look forward to hearing about in the real near future?
There's a ton of them. I'll name a few, but I will apologize if I don't want to leave anybody out. A kid that really came on strong for us for the 8th grade is Champagne. Played running back, played receiver, but he had an outstanding year. He'll be a great athlete. He's already got a big frame, and I've told.
What position does he play?
He's playing receiver right now. I don't know if he'll get stolen to defense or where he'll end up, but he is a.
Coach Moebes is.
He is a. He'll be a stud, and there's just the football knowledge and the football IQ here is just off the charts. I mean, so many of the kids do play the youth leagues, and then it's so much into the culture that football matters, and they know football, and they know it's natural for them to be playing football. So there's so much potential. I mean, that kid had a great year, but so many kids, had a kid named Ja'Kai Bowen started the year on B team as a linebacker and just was a showed out. A kid got hurt. Well, he was starting A team linebacker, by the end of the season. Several offensive linemen that I think will have a very bright future. Could be on offense or defense, but the 8th grade's got a ton of talent and a ton of kids that if they develop right will be studs for the.
Oh, that's
varsity.
Awesome to hear. Well, when I tell you this, I've got the utmost respect for you coaches. I really do, because I know the hours you put in. I know the holidays are coming, and a lot of times you don't get to spend the holidays with your family because you got to coach and do all that kind of stuff.
I hope not, yeah.
Well, yeah. And, with Coach Moebes, and everybody he's put together, I think this is one of the best high school football staffs in all of the state of Texas. So I'm excited for that.
Oh, it's awesome. It's exciting. To get to learn from those guys and be around those guys is awesome.
What can the community do for you to help you at Mance Park?
I mean, the biggest thing is getting support from the parents, which has been outstanding, and staying on the kids. I mean, part of our deal was we're going to get them right, on the field and off the field. We got to take care of our grades, we got to take care of our discipline, and it just takes a whole team effort for these guys. And everybody wants to be on board. We just got to stay on it. But as far as needs, we're taken care of, and we're about to have our practice field and track get opened up pretty soon, and looking forward to that. But we're in great shape, and it's exciting.
Well, I understand your family's in the audience.
Yeah,
Well, give them a shout out.
Haley and Carson are here, so I appreciate their support.
Well, that is awesome. Thank you guys for coming. Appreciate that.
All right, well, Coach, our friends here at Chick-fil-A have a gift for you as well for everything that you do for our students. So a big round of applause for Coach Willie Boyd.
All right, Coach Boyd. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, guys.
Outstanding.
I appreciate it.
Thank you, sir. All right, and that bag right there is for you, sir. Thank you. All right, folks, we're going to take a quick little break, and then we've got do we have any winners yet on the bingo? Yep, we're still playing bingo. Any winners yet? No, not yet. All right. Well, we've got a couple of special guests coming up here in just a few moments. In fact, 2 of them. You think you're seeing double. But we'll be right back here on the Hornet Nation Coaches Show, brought to you by Advantage Specialties here on KSAM Sports.
Your brand is your business. Shop local with Advantage Specialties, where you will get service with a personal touch. Hello, I'm Stephanie Pitts, owner and operator of Advantage Specialties. Advantage Specialties offers screen printing and embroidery on site. Let Advantage Specialties get you ready for your next event with cups, apparel, caps, pins, and everything else you could need. Go to AdvantageSpecialties.com or call our team at 936-291-3222 to start that order now. Sting 'em Hornets!
Man, I loved playing high school sports growing up. And it's fun being a fan now, don't get me wrong, but sitting in the stands feels like I'm missing out on all the action, you know? I wanted to get back in the game, so I signed up to be a high school official. It takes me back to my playing days. I'm supporting students, and I get paid to make the big calls. Do you want to see the game up close? Sign up to become an official in Texas at highschoolofficials.com.
Welcome back to the Hornet Nation Coaches Show, brought to you by Advantage Specialties here at Chick-fil-A in Huntsville. And we have two guests we're going to have. And no, you're not seeing double. You don't have to adjust your camera. You don't have to adjust your radio speakers, although we are in stereo. We have senior offensive lineman number 61, Caleb Cruz, and number 65, Eli Cruz. Good evening, gentlemen. Thanks for being here.
Let's give it up. Right.
Welcome back to the show. So talk about the season so far and the work that y'all been putting in on the O-line.
You got it. We really try to make sure we do our job the right way, and overall, our main goal is to protect Zay and Trayshawn, and that's overall our main focus.
Yeah, we like to protect them too, and then we make sure everybody's doing the right job. If somebody's slacking off, we gotta get on them for doing that and push them to be better during practice, stuff like that. Especially with the seniors too, we're the main ones that are pushing people to be their best for the underclassmen.
You know what? I've watched you guys play your whole varsity career, and y'all have been outstanding. And y'all's leadership with these younger guys coming up beneath you, sharing your information with them, getting them prepared for it, that's what leaders do, right? So my hat is off to both of you. Caleb, getting to play with your brother the last few years on the O-line, how's that been for you personally?
It's been great, I really don't have any other words. It's great being able to play with them and, being able to really push the line of scrimmage with them. Because I know I can trust him along with the other offensive linemen like Trey and Bubba and Ian. So.
Well, that's another thing. I mean, I've said it about the wideouts. I'll say it about the O-line. I've watched you guys for the last however many years and watched you come together as a unit. And the O-line is, and I say this all the time, is the most important position on the field, because without the O-line, you don't have anything. You can't run the ball, you can't throw the ball. So my hat is off because you guys have done an amazing job. Eli, how's it been with you playing with your brother?
It's been great. It feels a lot of fun. I know I know that I can trust him on the left side to get the job done, whether if I'm pulling or if I'm blocking down. I know that he's going to get his job done. It's a lot of fun playing next to him.
So Caleb, playing left guard position for the Hornets last couple of seasons, how have you grown into the O-line compared to when you started?
I'd say really it's the rest of the offensive linemen that helped me grow into this spot. They always try to get me right, make sure I'm doing my job and being physical and not taking practice lightly and stuff like that.
I was always taught way back in the old days that you're going to play like you practice.
Yes, sir.
So every practice we were full out. It did not matter because we knew come game time we were really prepared for it. It's just like you guys do. So Eli, handling the right tackle position before you got hurt, what were some of the challenges at that position you were able to overcome?
Oh, it's a lot different from guard whenever I played last year at guard. It's a little more out in space. I'm kind of on an island on my own. But I learned to adapt to it and learn to block or just expect help from my guard or from Ian whenever I'm playing next to him. And it feels like I just got everything down now. At first I was struggling really badly.
Why is that?
It was different.
Just a different position?
Very different. It's still the same position, but it's different. It feels different.
So the guard is a pulling position, no?
Guard is you're more in.
Okay.
Tackle is you're more out, kind of. on an island. Guard is like you got two people close, you only got this little amount of space, but tackle, you got pretty much the whole outside to work with.
Right. So for the people who don't know where the guard position is, tell the people where the guard position is.
Right next to the center.
Right next to the center, right? And then the tackle is right next to the guard, right? Yeah. So, Eli, how have you adapted in your role on the team with your injury and being vocal and encouraging your teammates?
I got to be able to encourage people to, play and do better, especially the person filling in for me. I got to encourage him and teach him, how to do this, how to do that, getting him right for these upcoming games and our playoff game. Nice.
All right, Caleb. Winning against Needleton on Friday, what was that feeling like now that you know you guys are playoff bound?
It was good. I think everybody had a lot of doubts about us and our team after we lost against P&G and then in Montgomery. But, being able to win against Nederland and Lake Creek and Dayton, I feel like our spark is back and, we're ready for playoffs.
You can see it. One of the things that I don't know, it was 3 weeks ago maybe right after the P&G game or whatever, just believing in yourself. And you guys are believing in yourself now. We can see it. You're playing with confidence. You're playing with extreme, I don't know what the word, reckless abandonment in a good way. So it's so much fun to watch you guys. Eli, playing football all these years, what have you learned about yourself that make you a better man on and off the field?
I learned that can you say it again?
Sure. It's all these years you've been on the field, what have you learned about yourself, and how has that made you a better man on and off the field?
I learned that life's not fair, that if I want something, I got to go and take it. I can't just wait for it to be handed to me. I got to go out there and get it and work for it in order for me to achieve it. You know what I mean?
That's a great answer because life is not fair. You're right. Same question to you, Caleb.
Just to be the sport overall has helped me be very analytical about everything, making sure I'm, analyzing the front, whether they're 3-4 or 4 down, and just taking that with me out of football in the classroom, and really analyzing everything. It just helps me a lot.
I like it. So this question is for both of you. What are you guys looking to accomplish the rest of your senior year? Eli, we'll start with you.
I'd probably say teamwork, I guess we could say. We could establish teamwork or a sense of leadership for us whenever we're gone, that the underclassmen who are going to be seniors next year can take over the role of leadership, stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay. Caleb?
Getting that state title, not only that, making sure the rest of our offensive linemen are, doing their job so we can really go for that first team all-district spots.
I like it. All right, I'm super proud of you guys. Been proud of you ever since you guys, I've been watching you. So keep it up, toe the line, keep up the good work. So here's the part Carlos loves the most. It's the rapid fire part, okay? So we're just going to throw them out there. You guys go for it, all right? You ready? What are you both looking forward to after your senior year heading into adulthood?
After my senior year heading into adulthood, college-wise?
Yeah, college-wise, work-wise, vacation-wise, anything.
Play football or get into education, I want to do physical therapy, stuff like that.
Very nice. With an athletic background, that'd be huge.
Same thing, playing college football or going to school for chiropractic, stuff like that.
Chiropractic?
Yes, sir.
Very nice. All right. So you guys, it's Bryan and I were talking before you got up here. We were kind of laughing about some certain things, but what do you guys enjoy doing the most together as twin brothers, besides football?
Playing the game.
What game?
Like any other game, whether it's NCAA or we like to play FIFA or 2K or other games like Call of Duty, stuff like that.
Very cool. Caleb, what do you like doing in your free time?
Playing the game, sleeping.
Same things?
Yeah, same thing.
I love it, man.
Hey, outside of Friday night, do you guys dress alike?
Now, be honest.
Kinda. I guess.
Now, have you ever tried to swap jerseys and see if you can get away with it? Moment of truth? The
We'll try it one time and we'll see if they notice.
Did y'all try it? Did y'all try that?
No, we'll try it. We'll try it though. Well, it's
Try
not.
sometime.
Well, they're gonna know now.
Coach was like, okay. That's awesome. So what is y'all's favorite NFL team or college team? Either one you like to watch the most, and why?
I like Texas.
UT?
Yeah,
Why you like UT?
I'm from Texas. I like Texas. I've been like Texas since I was little. I like the Texans.
Oh,
too.
wait, college football or NFL?
Either one. What's your favorite?
My team is the Seahawks, but I've liked watching the Giants so far.
Who's the quarterback for the Giants? Came from Ole Miss.
Jackson Dart.
He's pretty good, isn't he?
Yeah.
You like him?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's go for a couple more here. What is the biggest lesson you've learned from your brother Eli?
Just keep my head up and not let bad situations get in my head, and it just
Kind of
keep
moral
pushing.
support.
Yeah, keep it pushing.
I
Eli?
learned from him that whether if you take if something sets you back, that doesn't mean that you got to stay down. That you can get back up from it. From whenever he hurt his knee, I learned he was down a lot, and I learned that since he's starting now, I can. There's always something that you can come back from. Doesn't matter how hard you hit the ground, you can always come back up.
You know, after each game is over, and we're sitting there kind of finishing out our post game show, I'll watch you guys, and I'll watch you guys walk over to each other, arm around the other one, and walking off the field together. And for twin brothers, that is the coolest thing to watch. That is so cool, guys. Do not change. The last thing, what kind of legacy do you guys want to leave here at Huntsville High School?
Just, the main thing I want to leave to the younger offensive linemen is to, just keep it pushing. Don't let one bad play affect the rest of the game or the rest of practice. It's always just moving on to the next play.
Don't dwell on something bad.
Yes, sir.
Learn from it and move on.
Yes, sir.
Mine would be show out. If somebody is bigger or or twice your size, it doesn't mean that you can give up. You can be undersized and still be able to do great things in the program and just be able to all around keep pushing. Yeah. What do you say?
Excellent. Never. There's something I always taught my son when he was a little bitty, and even today, you never give up, right? No matter what the situation, you never give up.
Eli and Caleb Cruz, thank you so much for being here tonight, fellas.
Let's give it up for them.
All right. Thank y'all so much.
Nicely done, Caleb.
Yeah.
Eli, terrific.
And we got a nice cup for you from Chick-fil-A for being our guest tonight. Thank you so much. All right. We'll be back in just a few moments. We have senior linebacker Jabari Washington joining us here on the Hornet Nation Coaches Show on KSAM Sports.
KSAM1017.com is Huntsville's full-service website with local news, weather, and sports. Find local events, download local podcasts, find a job, entertainment news, and live streaming of today's best country and all your favorites at KSAM1017.com.
Hornet Nation Coaches Show. Hornet Nation Coaches Show here at Chick-fil-A, brought to you by Advantage Specialties. Brian Reeder and Brian Adams in tonight. Carlos is with the Bearcats, and we want to welcome to the table tonight senior linebacker Jabari Washington. How you doing tonight?
Doing good.
All right, thank you so much for being here, and welcome to the show. How are things going for you this season so far?
Beginning of the season had a problem with consistency. I'm trying to improve that right now.
Okay. What are you excited about going forward?
I feel like as a team, collectively, we're catching a groove. We're catching consistency all around. And I hope we just keep that going for the next couple of weeks all the way to state.
All the way to state.
Jabari, I agree with you, man. I think you guys are hitting your stride right now and at the right time, man. How do you feel you performed this season so far, and what do you think you need to improve on in the future?
It's just the small things that we do on game plan. I just got to stay consistent with those things like that. you know, how we play, how we design, how we going to play against teams, how we going to play schemes, stuff like that.
You're having a heck of a year, man. Keep it up, okay? So learning from your position coach, just like Coach Stewart, how important has that been for you to take everything they've poured into you, being coachable?
You know, really, I feel like you just got to take, because they're not only coaching us over football, it's stuff we can take and use into life too. Mm-hmm. So I feel like if I pay attention more and, you know, use that stuff that they're telling me, I can use it more than just in football right now. I can take that with me after football.
100%. Man, football is probably the best game to teach life lessons than any sport out there, so keep it up. It's very much a mental game, right? So how do you balance all your responsibilities when you're out there on the field?
You know, I try to do my job, and I just trust the people around me that they're going to do theirs. And, you know, if they can rely on me, I can rely on them.
Yeah. You had a big win over at Nederland. What was that feeling like when y'all got that victory to secure your place in the playoffs?
Relieving? I'm not going to lie.
Relieved?
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I knew we had a good chance of winning, but going in, I felt like after, like, Montgomery, I felt like we were all going in thinking it was going to be easy playing certain teams. And, you know, sometimes in the locker room we get real high-headed. So I feel like after that win, I feel like if we keep what we're doing, we're going to be all right.
See, I like that confidence. It's not cocky. Nobody likes that, but they love confidence, right? And that's kind of the cool thing with the Hornets, man. It's 99% of it is knowing we're going to beat you guys. It doesn't matter what they do. We're going to still beat y'all. And that's the attitude you have to have. So looking ahead to Splendora, what are some of the things y'all hope to accomplish in the ball game to finish the regular season strong?
Do everything right. Just be consistent all the way around, and don't underestimate them just because of their record and who they are.
See, that's smart. Don't overlook anybody. How's it been building friendships and relationship with teammates and camaraderie throughout this season?
You know, with my teammates, I've been playing with them for a long time. And then it just helped me. And then the other underclassmen just helps me build bigger bonds with them. Like my backup, Grant Benner. Mm-hmm. Over the season, I've built a great bond with him.
That's awesome.
Hey, if you look back on this season, what's the most important thing that you've learned from it so that you can apply it to your life going forward?
There's going to be setbacks in everything. It's just how you respond to those setbacks.
Yeah. So what are some of the goals you set for this season, and how far along are you on accomplishing those goals?
Right now, I just want to be mentioned as a top linebacker in the district. I don't know how far I am with that right now, but I hope to finish the season strong enough to get that.
I'm sure you will. You just keep doing what you're doing. Who's one of the biggest inspirations in your life, and why?
Probably my mom. I'm going with my mom or my godmom. It's just been them. They've always done what they could for me. They've pushed me to do what I can. They pushed me to be better.
See your grandmother and your mother. That's awesome, man. All right, here we go again. You ready for the fast rapid fire? I think this is Carlos's favorite part of the show, man. I don't know why. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. What do you do for fun when you're not playing football?
Actually hang out with my teammates a lot, or I play game with my teammates.
What games are you guys playing?
Mostly 2K, sometimes Call of Duty, NC college football.
So 2K is like the most important or most popular game now, is that right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Maybe up there. What is your dream, what's the dream job you have in mind one day, besides playing football, that you want to do for a living?
I want to get into, like, stocks and, like, trading. I feel like there's a lot of money there.
Yeah.
There is.
What do you love about spending time with family?
I feel like it's always good to spend time with family because you never know how much time another loved one has.
Do you watch football much on TV?
Yes.
Who do you root for when you watch on TV? Who's your favorite pro or college team?
College team, A&M.
They're rock solid this year, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, they are.
And then NFL, probably the Texans. I've always liked the Texans.
I have too. I miss my Oilers.
What other sports
But
do
I
you
like the
watch?
Texans.
I watch basketball.
Yeah. Favorite team?
Let's see. Basketball, probably OKC,
Yeah.
the Thunder. And then college, probably Ohio State's basketball team. I like them too.
Okay.
What I'm going to jump down here. What's your favorite subject in school?
Math. It's always been kind of easy. Here
Very
and there.
nice. What part of math is it? Geometry, algebra, all of it?
Algebra.
Algebra the most? Man, good for you. What's the least
He wants to
favorite?
go into stocks and bonds.
Yeah, he does. That's perfect, right?
Yeah,
What's your least
great.
favorite subject?
History.
History. Why is that the least favorite?
Remembering everything in the past and applying it to right now.
I like that.
Hey,
Really?
well, let's look to the future. In 10 years, where do you hope to see yourself?
Oh, I want to be successful in like the stocks and the trading. I want to retire my mom, and I want to have my own. I want to start my own little league football team, football youth group.
There we go.
Nice. Give back.
Yes.
That's nice, man.
Advice for future Hornets.
Trust in your coaches. Trust in the coaching. It's gonna be a big part.
Fantastic.
You know what's really cool about your coaching staff is the experience they bring.
Yes.
You know, the collegiate level, the head coaching level, and that kind of stuff. You guys have some of the best coaching. Listen, soak it all in, man.
Senior linebacker Jabari Washington, thank you so much, sir, for being here.
Thank you.
Let's
Appreciate
give it
you.
up for Jabari.
Oh, I wanna shout out my Miss Chip. I love you.
All right.
Oh, that's awesome.
Hey, we got a cup there for you from our friends here at Chick-fil-A. Thank you so much. All right, we have Coach Todd Moebes coming up here in just a few moments on the Hornet Nation Coaches Show, brought to you by Advantage Specialties.
Your brand is your business. Shop local with Advantage Specialties, where you will get service with a personal touch. Hello, I'm Stephanie Pitts, owner and operator of Advantage Specialties. Advantage Specialties offers screen printing and embroidery on site. Let Advantage Specialties get you ready for your next event with cups, apparel, caps, pins, and everything else you could need. Go to AdvantageSpecialties.com or call our team at 936-291-3222 to start that order now. Sting 'em Hornets!
Fall football means it's officially pretzel bun season. Go pretzel picking at Chick-fil-A Huntsville. Enjoy your favorite boneless breasts of chicken on a toasted pretzel bun with cheddar cheese, applewood smoked bacon, lettuce, tomato, and creamy Dijon mustard sauce. Available for a limited time at your Huntsville Chick-fil-A. Delicious! Now the Cherry Berry Bunch is back for fall. Add cherry to your favorite Chick-fil-A beverage made with natural cherry and berry flavors. Football and Chick-fil-A, the perfect combo.
Coach's Show is back at Chick-fil-A tonight, brought to you by Advantage Specialties, and we now welcome to the table head coach Todd Moebes. Welcome back, Coach. Good
Thank
to
you.
have you here tonight.
Yeah, glad to be here.
As always, some opening thoughts from the win over Nederland before we look ahead to the season finale.
I mean, it was obviously a massive win for us, you know. I mean, we got down to this point of the season where, I mean, they all count, but certainly there's some mathematics that goes into it. And, you know, being able to, you know, clinch a playoff spot, you know, add 3 more days of practice, another opportunity to be able to get into the playoffs, you know, for our seniors was certainly the first goal of the year. And, you know, being able to accomplish that in week 9 was massive. So, you know, thought our football team, again, found another way to win. I think we made it a little more interesting than what it needed to be. But there were still some great things that happened, and, you know, I was really proud of them.
You know what, Coach? The last 3 ball games, you come away. I guess started out with Dayton with that 1-point win, and then Lake Creek, and then Nederland. You guys look like you're hitting your stride, man. Does it feel like you guys are hitting your stride in practices and that kind of thing?
I think so. You know, I think, I mean, obviously win breeds confidence, and, you know, being able to do that 3 weeks in a row, you know, told our guys and I mean, winning's hard. It is. Winning in this district is hard. Winning consistently is even harder. And, I think that confidence that was kind of eluding us maybe a little bit early is now, we're starting to grab a hold of it. And the best part about it is that, even through 3 wins, we go on Saturday, we watch the video, and they're able to see, okay, we have this win, but however, we're still getting coached. There's still some things that we can improve on, some things that we can do better. I've heard a lot in the coaching profession that, you get to a certain part of the year and you're as good as you're ever going to be. I've never been a believer in that. So, we're going to continue to push, continue to coach, and continue to talk about the details. And, we were able to do that again this Saturday after a big win over Nederland, and, had a great day of practice today.
Coach, Trayshawn Brown had another incredible ball game. How has it been with him coming back and his production since that injury?
Trayshawn's just Trayshawn. He's an unbelievable. He's a great football player. He's an even better person, and he's just a workhorse. I have so many memories of each and every game. Some of them that I'm going to have in Nederland is, him just running through some people and dragging 4 or 5 others and just continuing to gain positive yardage. It's just it's very impressive with what he's able to do after contact.
Right.
He's getting opportunities because of what the guys are doing in front of him. At the same time, we're playing some really good defensive teams too, and he's either having to make a guy miss, and then he's just always looking for the extra yardage. Yardage after contact is a big stat. I don't have what his is, but I would sure that would be certainly tops in the district.
Well, you talk about the defense, and your defense, obviously they came up really big Friday night. You had a pick 6, you had a scoop and score. How big was that for you guys at that stage of the game?
Yeah, whenever you're able to score, non-offensive touchdowns, that's massive. We scored 1 there to put us up 14-0 on their end of the field. Nederland, credit to them. They got back in the game and ended up tying at 14-14. And there in the third quarter, we had them in a long yardage situation. They ran a play that they had never run before. They're probably saving it for that moment, which is what offensive coordinators do. And our kids did a great job of being able to recognize what was going on. And Jeremiah Peterson had a big interception there and was able to walk on in. So, 2 non-offensive touchdowns was certainly massive.
Coach, playing championship level football obviously is what you're wanting at this point in the season with playoffs looming just right around the corner there. How do you feel where you're at as a team?
I feel like we're in a really good spot. Everybody's banged up at this point in time of the year. It's not easy. It's certainly not easy to play in our district. Every game has been, just a very physical contest, and, there's been stressors on all ends of things, but again, I think with the confidence of being able to go through hard times, we've been able to grow from them, being able to win consistently, has just proven something to our football team, and, like I said, I think it's all coming together at the right time.
Looking ahead to Splendora Friday night, what are some of the things about the Wildcats that stand out to you?
I tell you what, they are very athletic. Not a lot of people can, I'm proud of what Jabari said. You sit there and look at the record where they haven't been successful, and then every time I turn it on, I look on a kickoff return and they're returning it to the 50, and I sit there and watch, and there's a explosive play for 60 or 70 yards. They've got some skill guys that can hurt you in a hurry. They've got some really, speed on the field. Offensively, they're able to use that to their advantage. And like I said, I think that they're just, a couple guys away from making some big plays defensively that really changes it. They put pressure on you in the special teams. I think they're another team that's kicked a lot of onside kicks, and so, we've certainly got to be ready for those potential momentum shifts and stuff, and make sure that we're taking care of the football.
Traveling on the road this season, how have the guys adapted to lengthy travel in the district and not letting it get to them?
Well, that was certainly something, being new that I was curious about. And I think we kind of got over that hump early in the year when we had to travel to Lufkin, and then we had to travel to Brenham, and then we had to travel to Bryan. So, those were 3 long trips back-to-back 3 weeks in a row. So, I think that, we've grown to be road warriors and being able to understand how to travel, trying to be able to keep everything time-wise, even when we're on the road, just like we're at home. So, that's always been the goal, and we work real hard as a staff to make sure they're eating at the right time. We're showing up at the stadium at the right time, no differently than they would here, just try to keep everything consistent.
How do you keep the team focused and not look past this game coming up Friday? Because in your positioning going into the playoffs.
Yeah, it's everything's been about Splendora. There's no conversation, anything else after that. I congratulated them, on Saturday for having an opportunity to, have 3 extra practices and another game. But we've got to be able to finish the regular season outright, And so, I've just tried to let them, make them aware of how precious, these opportunities are. There are thousands and thousands and thousands of senior high school football players all across the state of Texas that, really after today have 2 more practices left and 1 more 48-minute football game for the rest of their life. And so because of the work that our football team has done, has given us an opportunity to have 3 more practices and 1 more game, but we still have the task at hand this week. So, it's all about Splendora. We've got to get better as a football team. We certainly have not played our best football yet, and, we're looking to do it this Friday.
Coach, as always, your keys to getting a 4th win in a row and carrying you guys in to the playoffs?
I think it's just it's consistency. It's situational football. The other night, we opened up with a big drive and we got down 4th and 2 on the 2-yard line and we weren't able to punch it in. Defense did a good job situationally and being able to hold Nederland, force a 3 and out. They punted. We got the ball in our end of the field, on their end of the field, and then we got down in the red zone again and ended up missing a field goal. So, certainly we needed to get 14 to 10 points, out of that. And then, there towards the end, we're up 21. We get them to punt again. The ball hits the ground 3 times, ends up hitting our punt returner in the leg. They fall on it. So there was some real situational type of things that, we've just got to be able to maximize in our advantage, and that's what championship teams do. We address those types of things, on Saturday when we're reviewing film, and so to be able to take a next step for us, we need to play better situational football.
I got to ask this last question before I pass it back to Bryan. You played collegiate football, high school football. You've been a head coach. How do you teach, and we talked about how do you teach discipline to these kids? And what I mean by that is like keep them from holding or keep them from, committing a mental mistake at the most inopportune time. Is there, how do you do that?
It's really a fine line. If you keep, telling everybody, hey, don't jump off sides on either side of the ball, now you have offensive players that aren't getting off on the snap, and you have defensive players that are receiving, the force by the offense. And so, there's a fine line that you got to do. You want them to be trigger happy.
Oh, yeah.
At the same time, it doesn't start until that, that ball twitches. So, it's just some things that you just continue to work on. There's drills and stuff, and we're certainly emphasizing that in practice. I'm a firm believer in off season and summer strength and conditioning. With this football team, we didn't necessarily have a lot of it. I thought we had some huge growth in the summer with them. As moving forward, it's just something we got to get better at for sure.
Coach Todd Moebes, thank you, sir, once again for joining us here on the Coach's Show, and we'll be cheering you on in Splendora Friday night.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate y'all.
Absolutely, Coach.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. All right, we'll be right back here at Chick-fil-A with the Hornet Nation Coaches Show in just a moment with some closing thoughts on KSAM Sports.
Fall Football means it's officially pretzel bun season. Go pretzel picking at Chick-fil-A Huntsville. Enjoy your favorite boneless breasts of chicken on a toasted pretzel bun with cheddar cheese, applewood smoked bacon, lettuce, tomato, and creamy Dijon mustard sauce. Available for a limited time at your Huntsville Chick-fil-A. Delicious! Now the Cherry Berry Bunch is back for fall. Add cherry to your favorite Chick-fil-A beverage made with natural cherry and berry flavors. Football and Chick-fil-A, the perfect combo.
School sports are played by humans, coached by humans, and officiated by humans. So the next time you're sitting in the stands at a school athletic event, please remember this and maintain your humanity, especially when it comes to judging and critiquing athletes, coaches, and officials. Please show your fellow humans some respect. They'll appreciate your empathy.
This message presented by the UIL and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
The Hornet Nation Coaches Show as we get ready to wrap things up here at Chick-fil-A in Huntsville. A big thanks to Michael and his crew out here. Also a big thank you to Stephanie and Advantage Specialties. Thank you so much for sponsoring the Hornet Nation Coaches Show all season long. All right, coming up this Friday night, it is a final regular season game for the Hornets as they travel to Splendora. Dave Finucci and Colin Neal will be calling that game. That'll begin at 6:15 with the pregame show. The kickoff will be at 7 o'clock. And in the meantime, Carlos and Bryan, y'all are traveling to Oregon.
We're leaving, yes, we are. We're leaving Friday morning, heading to Oregon to play Oregon State, call that game, and try to get a Bearcat win there.
All right, enjoy the fish.
Yeah, okay.
All right, and next week we are back here at Chick-fil-A to get everyone hyped up for the opening round of the playoffs, so be here loud and proud for your Huntsville Hornets. So on the count of three, let's say Sting 'em Hornets. 1, 2, 3.
Sting 'em Hornets.
Good night, folks, from Chick-fil-A in Huntsville.